Supreme peace, blessings, and abundance to all, everybody, and anybody before any being gets up in here, man. You know, we back, man. Connect four across the whole board. We're going to be connecting dots on an even deeper level. And we're going to be going deeper into certain aspects of magic and whatnot. So when it comes to abundance and materialization, people have a better understanding of it and a better grasp of it, so you can start building and reprogramming your reality on better levels. So we're about to take you through certain receipts and whatnot and connect it across the whole grid so people can see and start to begin to look at themselves, and so you can start taking a look deeper within yourselves and start using this magic on a greater level, man. We connecting four across the whole board, man. We doing connect four across the whole board, man. We're about to be providing evidence as well with a lot of this, because when it comes to like learning new things and whatnot, and when it came to practicing certain magic, the way I naturally am is I'm gonna take this shit down. I'm gonna take the notes and go test this shit for myself and see if this shit works. And when I've tested it and I can see that this shit works, I can then come back and relay the message and be like, yo, okay, this is the drop, like this is how this shit be going on, you feel me? But also remember to go within yourself, because these are only pointers and tips and helpers for you. Like, you can still develop your own techniques and own methods when it comes to a lot of this stuff. I'm just here to highlight and be like, hey niggas, you might want to take a look at this. You might want to take a look at this. So we're about to get started, man. Peace to everybody coming in alive. You know how we do. Gonna be doing some higher science today, niggas. So one of the first videos I want to show people and that we want to look at is, this is a video of a girl crying crystals. Like, every time she's crying, the liquid in her eyes is forming into crystalline structures, and she's actually crying crystals. She's crying crystals. We're about to play this video just so people can see this shit.
Rushed to the local hospital, Dr. Ahmed Araji assessed the panicked girl and removed 3 big pieces of glass from her eye. Since returning home, Hasna has continued to shed around 7 to 8 pieces of glass daily without any apparent harm being done to the eye. While her parents claim it's a miracle, doctors at the American University Hospital in Beirut insist on a scientific explanation of the phenomenon. Dr. Baha Nureddin said some people produce tears which solidify when they come into contact with air, but that was the first time he'd seen an eye-shedding glass. Since Hasna's story became public, people from all over the world have come to buy one of her eye crystals, with many believing it can heal the sick. Rajmohan Nair.
Okay, peep what he also just said. He goes, many people are coming and collecting these crystals with a belief that it can heal the sick. Now, first of all, peep it, it's a young girl. This is divine feminine energy, and she's able to cry crystals. She's crying crystals. She's crying crystals. Now, we already know we are crystalline beings. We're crystalline beings, man. The genetics, the DNA is crystalline structure. We have somebody here who is crying crystals back to back to back. She ain't stopped crying crystals. Now, I just wanted to highlight this because that's physical evidence of what something would that people will call metaphysical or magical or unexplainable on them type of lines and borders. But with the information that we know, we already know when we're crystalline beings and whatnot, and the fluids that our body produces aren't just random fluids, and a lot of these fluids are actually containing crystals and valuable metals. So now we about to tie this shit into the divine feminine and matriarchs and the first inheritors of the earth. So we're about to start showing more receipts and whatnot, so people can actually get a grasp of like the level of magic and energy we're actually dealing with, and so people can start to take a look at what abundance is, but not just on one level, across the whole board. We've already just seen that somebody is able to cry crystals. Boom. Now, what we're going to go into is we're going to go into what people will call melanin or melanin. Now, we're going to take a look at it. Not just a pigment or color. Melanin is an aromatic biopolymer and organic semiconductor presently worth over $380 a gram, worth more than gold. Now, we're going to go down and scroll and take a look at more of what, like, the values of melanin, because already at a base level, for it to be $380 more a gram than gold, this clearly must have some like super type of properties for it to be more than gold. Look at what gold is and the way that niggas be acting over gold. And here you have melanin, which is an aromatic biopolymer and organic semiconductor, which is $380 worth more than gold. But then you're also deep in the amount of beings that are walking around with whole vessels, an entire vessel worth of this melanin. Now, there's different types of melanin and we're going to get into that. But at a base level, this is what I want people to see, and the abundance within. Because if they're saying that this is $380 a gram worth more than gold, obviously they're trying to put a price on the shit and whatnot. You really can't put a price on this shit, but we're just using it to scale this shit so people can see. Take a look at this shit, and that's a gram. Niggas have whole vessels full of this shit. And also deep, it's a aromatic biopolymer and an organic semiconductor. Now, I think this is it, where we're going to look into some of the things that niggas have been using this shit for. Okay, boom, here we go. Can melanin be used for computers? This makes possible the long anticipated design of melanin based electronics, which can be used for implanted devices due to the pigment's biocompatibility. A young Pezzella had not even begun school when scientists first discovered that a type of melanin can conduct electricity. So now we're gonna, every time I go over a certain amount of points, I'm gonna bring it all back into one so people can see the connection. Okay, we've got this girl that's been crying crystals. These people have also been coming to this girl because they believe that these crystals that she's crying has healing content. Now, we moved on to melanin because that we was talking about peace, family. We was talking about tying it in and the divine feminine and being the first inheritors to the wealth of the earth, because we're about to tie all of this shit in. At the beginning, we showed the girl. We want to highlight that because it's a divine feminine energy. This divine feminine energy on this plane had the ability to cry crystals, nigga. She had the ability to cry crystals. Nigga, that I want that one to settle in for a moment. Like, there's brodies on the realm that be crying crystals. That's just one person. That's just one person that happened to make the news. How many other people do you think have got these levels and abilities and whatnot, but just aren't in the public domain? This is just to show people like, yo, this shit is real and this shit is going on. And then when you start tapping in with magic and whatnot, you're going to start to be able to use it on a greater level. So you're going to be able to reprogram your reality on a greater level and start actually tapping into your abundance. So, boom, we're going to go down. Researchers have succeeded in increasing the conductivity of uromelanin, the dark brown pigment that colors skin, hair and eyes, to a record value of up to 118 SCM by simply alienating it at a high temperatures in a vacuum. Now that's just going to show the conductivity of it. Here we go. This is a major one that I wanted people to see. Melanin is the equivalent to the human chlorophyll. Both molecules possess the intrinsic capacity to transform photogenic energy into free chemical energy, susceptible to be used by eukaryotic cell. Now, I'm just gonna show people at a base level so people can then go and do the research to tap in with themselves and whatnot, and to go deeper into the cell research. But I'm going to show people at a base level these certain things so you can get a base grasp of what we're working with here. We've already showed the divine feminine female being able to cry crystals. Now, we've brought it to the melanin pigment and highlighted its value above gold. Now we're highlighting its properties and some of its electrical properties and what it's actually able to do. Where people have, I'm not sure if people have seen that video, and that's why I typed in melanin chip powering up supercomputer. But there's been a university study where somebody put the melanin chip and it was able to power a supercomputer. Now, if they're taking this one melanin chip and they're making it program a supercomputer, and you've got a whole vessel full of this shit, what do you think you're actually capable of doing? And this is where we're going to get into the mitochondrial and all these different type of things to further provide the evidence to show niggas that, like, yo, the matriarch. Oh, one second. My bad. So you're going to use this to further back up the matriarch and show niggas like, yo, that the divine feminine was the original and are the first inheritors of this wealth that niggas be talking about of the planet. So we've already shown melanin, its properties, its value above gold, and the divine feminine crying crystals. All of these things I want people to be aware of as we now bring this information in together on this level. Because remember, there was also talking about melanin. One second. Both of these molecules possess the intrinsic capacity to transform photogenic energy into free chemical energy. Like, we're about to, yo, when niggas see this Connect 4 and this crazy zoop, nigga, it's about to be like, oh shit. Because like, I want people to pay attention to the words that are being used and what we're talking about, because we're really about to tie this in together now. Boom. Okay. Now, we've just been talking about these electrical, we've given this highlight and whatnot. Now, we went over yesterday. I'm gonna bring it up again just so niggas can see the X chromosome. Okay, now we've just showed this. I want niggas to remember this. We've just shown this divine feminine crying. She's crying crystals. Now we've just went over the properties of melanin, its value above gold, and its electrical properties and effect that it can, and abilities it has to transform let me go back. When it comes to these English words and whatnot, I ain't gonna get, you feel me? Photonic energy into free chemical energy. So we've just went over the divine feminine crying crystals, the value of melanin over gold, and the ability of it to transform photonic energy into free chemical energy. Right then, now what we're about to go to is the mitochondrial and the X chromosome. So we're about to flip this shit right now. In most cases, the female is XX and the male is XY. What does this mean? XX and XY. Now, this XX, we've looked at it. Now, if we've done it on this here, we're going to scroll up. We're showing this XX and how if you was to bring it closer together, it would look like a DNA strand. Now we're going back to this. That's the original complete DNA strand. That's the first. And this is why the male is XY. The male is missing one. The male is missing a notch off. The female isn't missing a notch off. The female is the original, the complete, the double X chromosome. Now, how does this tie in back all to this? Now, if this is the double X chromosome, the original, and this is missing something, you don't even know what is contained in that little notch that this is missing, that makes this, and this, that. In this little notch is a whole different level of information, a whole different level of intelligence, a whole different level and set of abilities. This is why this is XX, and this is why this is XY. This is why the woman can do things a male cannot do. And it's not like niggas are just saying that shit is in the genetics, nigga. It's in the genetic coding. This is XX and this is XY. So now, when niggas are talking about these levels of abundance and where all of this is coming from, it's all coming from this. The XX. It's all coming from this. It's all coming from this. So, now we're going to go into what people will call the primordial womb. So we can show niggas what we're going to be talking about. Boom. Now, what niggas call space, the backdrop of space and whatnot. If you take a look at space and the backdrop of space and what we know, we are knowing the microcosm of the macrocosm, as above so below, all is one. So when you're looking at women on a lower level, macro scale that shit, nigga. When you're looking at women on a micro level, macro scale that shit, and you'll be able to see that this is the womb of the mother, what they call the triple darkness of space. But now look at the properties and the elements in space. Niggas be talking about planets. Niggas be talking about universes, stardust, celestial energy, primordial energy, higher levels of energy. But what is it inside? It's inside the womb. It's inside the womb. Niggas know the blood is crystals. Microcosm, macrocosm, man. Scale the shits and you'll be able to see it. So now that we're knowing this, how could it possibly be anybody other than the women being the first inheritors to the earth? It couldn't possibly be anything else other than the women, because inside all of this, everything that ever was, everything that ever will be is already inside the womb. It's already inside the womb. Niggas are gonna talk about Earth as a planet in space. Earth is a cell in the womb. Earth is a cell in the womb. Now, peep it. Niggas is gonna be talking about gold and shit. Now, if we're really macrocosming this shit, what type of actual elements do you think are gonna be in the primordial womb? If we're macrocosming this shit, what type of actual crystals and shit do you think is gonna be in this womb? Now, remember the first video that we played? Oh, yo, niggas, I was watching this live from Rod Hayes and Dan Calloway. Niggas, check that shit out as well. I'm not sure if I closed that video. Okay, no, I didn't. This is a girl crying crystals. Remember, it's a divine feminine energy crying crystals. Remember what I just said? What type of crystals the niggas think in the womb, bro? What type of crystals the niggas think are in the womb? And now we're gonna put it together like this, where she's actually been able to materialize some of those crystals in form of tears and bring it forth to the realm. She might not even know what she's doing on a lower level, but her higher self sure knows what she's doing. You're watching the craziest alchemy go on right 4K in front of your face. And these niggas are just going to say, oh, scientists are just going to be like, oh, we don't know what's the phenomenon. But ain't going to tell you the power of the divine feminine. And why this girl actually may be crying crystals. And remember, the people said they believed they had healing properties. The people said they come to get these crystals because they believed they had healing properties. What's the divine feminine known for? Healing, nigga. Ain't no love like Big Mama love, for real, for real. Now this is going to be key. Because it will allow people to see within themselves what they're actually containing within their vessels. Now, knowing the holographic matrix, I want to show niggas something. We're going to bring up the mitochondria. Here we go. Mitochondria. What's in the mitochondria? The matrix, nigga. The matrix. Niggas are calling this shit the matrix, the matrix, the matrix, the matrix. What's in the mitochondria? The matrix. We've just going to show niggas the XX chromosome. The original programmers. The women. And now I'm about to get into shit like cymatics and shit, to show niggas how powerful this shit can really get and the effect that you have on the ethers. So, boom. And then we're going to tie this shit into dragon shit. Niggas think we playing games, nigga. We connect 4 across the whole motherfucking board, nigga. Fuck you, me. So, boom. Here we go. Let me see if I can bring up this cymatics. Boom. Okay. Cymatics. Subsequently, the study revealed that vibrational platforms significantly increase the wound healing rate and enhance skin microcirculation within the upregulation of healing markers. Now, they are letting you know cymatics the study revealed that vibration platforms significantly increase wound healing rate. So, what they're letting you know right there is vibration can increase your wound healing rate. I want niggas to let all of that sink in across the board. Because we're about to get deeper into this shit. But this is like, we're giving niggas just the pieces so they can start building the puzzle. Be like, oh shit, like I see how this is connecting now. Talking vibration. We're talking energy. And this is what makes the women so powerful. They've already got the mitochondrial link. You're already seeing within the mitochondria is the matrix. We already addressed within the womb the type of energies, the type of crystals that exist within the womb. Macrocosm, microcosm and macrocosm, and scale this shit. Connect it, bridge it. Connect 4 across the whole board, nigga. So, with this cymatics, what I'm about to show you now is a drop from one of the sisters. She says, man, and it's big love for this, because when she mentioned this, I do what I do with anything. I'll go and check this shit out for myself, and I can tell you this shit works for real, for real. So there's one thing that I'm about to highlight now that we went over in the last live that's going to be important for when I speak about this. So this is where we're tying it into the dragon shit. We're going to bring up this again. Now, when we looked at the human statistic, humans are able to see anywhere between 380 and 700 nanometers of the light spectrum. Now look at this. In infrared light in the sun's warmth and basking, reptiles absorb infrared radiation extremely effectively through their skin. This part of the spectrum is invisible to humans and most reptiles. But some snakes can perceive wavelengths above 5,000 nanometers. Now, what this highlights is these serpentine-like beings being able to see deeper parts of the light spectrum, meaning they're able to see more, they're able to tap into frequency on a whole different spectrum, Now, boom, we're about to tie this all in because what we're now about to do is reorder it all and show niggas. So, we've showed the video of this divine feminine crying crystals. We've went over the value of melanin above gold. We've went over the properties of it, and you having whole vessels full of this stuff. So imagine what the fuck you're able to do. We've went over the micro scaling it and macro scaling it to realize when you're in the womb actually has way higher levels of abundance and crystals in it than niggas can like actually fathom and imagine. Showing the double X chromosome link and the mitochondrial link so niggas can see that, yo, this really is a planet connected to the divine feminine and we really are operating in the womb. Niggas want to use the term we're in the matrix. We've just taken a look at the mitochondrial and seen there is a matrix in the mitochondrial. Now, if we are all in the womb and whatnot, then we are in water, we're in the ethers. We've just took a look at cymatics and the effect that vibration has on the cells. You can upgrade and make an advancement in healing through vibration. Boom. Now we're about to really get into this shit. We about to really get into this shit, man. So, as I was saying, the sister Shesus she spoke to me about the heavenly bank account and accessing within yourself all of this abundance. So now I've took that, went and done my own research in the ethers and whatnot, and I've come up with this. I came up with this. This was a while ago, just letting people know how to do this. But now this is going to go into the deeper reprogramming of the reality, because remember, we're in the womb, microcosm, macrocosm, scale this shit, as above, so below, as within, so without. This is aligning the mind, body, the heart, the soul, the spirit, and utilizing that synchronicity energy to create and reprogram your energy on this level. Okay, boom. Here we go. Manifestation and materialization using visualization, accessing your inner abundance, heavenly bank account, and projecting it into the holographic matrix. Remember what we've just been over. Now, heavenly bank account, you are all and everything. All the gold and all the resources are within you and in the ether. It is a holographic reality, and everything is energy, meaning you can reprogram and insert programs and energy into the ethers. Now, this is key, because we're in the ethers, we're in the womb, we understand the power of cymatics, we understand that this is a hologram, but now we're also understanding the wealth that actually lies within us and our electrical properties and capabilities. Remember, the melanin was able to transform photonic energy into free chemical energy. That's letting you know one of your abilities right there in 4K is that you can transform energy into different forms of energy. I'm just highlighting your abilities for you once again so you can tap back into yourself on a deeper level and actually start using this shit for yourself. Because now we're about to talk about what abundance is, and when you actually go to materialize on these things on these realms, you don't want to miss these things, because it will come in many different ways. So we're going to be opening up the mind on that level so you can open up the mind to greater levels of abundance. Abundance in food, abundance in warmth, abundance in health, abundance in wealth, abundance in peace, abundance in love. All these different forms of abundance across the board. And you can program this into your reality. And we're going to show you how to do that. So, when we're looking at this diagram, we're talking about the recognition and the realization that you already have everything within you. You already have all of this within you. Remember cymatics and the ethers. Focusing, you know what it is? I think I've got the screenshots of the rest of these, so I can actually bring them up. Okay, that's the same one. Oh wait, no, it's not. Here we go. Being open with your heart to true unconditional love, with the visualization, knowing, and non-attachment, and the high energy projection into the ether via roaring, using primordial sounds, singing, dancing, whatever you want to do, whatever you feel comfortable with, just an expression. Because remember, cymatics and vibration, dancing, moving your feet, all of this is causing vibration. It's causing patterns, it's causing wavelengths, it's causing a reprogramming effect on your reality and the ethers. Now, I also want to give thanks to the sister Raising Phoenix, because she dropped some information on me earlier, and in that information was the Solomon's table, and this is gonna connect some dots even further, because now I've seen the Solomon's table and I broke down the Solomon's table for my own self. I can highlight this as well, and the power of the I am when it comes to using this along with all of this reprogramming ability. So we're taking a look at this across the board. We're taking a look at this across the board and we're bringing it all together. Boom. We've been able to see the wealth within us and our electrical properties. Now, especially for the women, you can see your connection to all of this, peace family, on a greater level, and the power that you would be holding as the originators, and why when you start doing these things on this level, celebratory singing, celebratory dances and whatnot, why it's so powerful. Boom. So, by opening your heart to true unconditional love with the visualization. Now, we're going to go back to this one. When it comes to using magic and alchemy and whatnot, and you are bringing it to this realm, visualization is key, because what you're doing is you're locking onto that energetic signature point. You're locking onto that frequency. You are concentrating your energy and focusing on that frequency. But what you're doing it from the darkness. You're going back to your womb. You're going back to the primordial waters where everything exists. This is why it's an emphasis on the you are all and everything. All the gold and resources are within you. We've took a look at melanin and seen that its value is already a lot more than gold. There's shit inside you I'm gonna tell you about, nigga. There's shit and abilities inside of you they not trying to tell you about, nigga. Because they don't even know you. This is why it's important for you to go into you. I'll just be using this Google shit as references and point markers so people can see at a base level. Other than that shit, nigga, it's all magic and alchemy and in the ethers with this shit. What? Because, yo, the real shit that you're going to get is going to be from within you. Now, we're about to really take off with it. Okay. Once you've got all of that and the non-attachment, the high energy projection into the ether via roaring, using primordial sounds, singing, dancing, as I've already said, whatever way you want to express it, and the use of the I am. Now, what makes I am powerful? And I'm going to break it down over here now before we go into, because we got this whole breakdown, you feel me? But what I want people to focus on right now is the I am. Hold on. Okay. Boom. So, the I am. First of all, we're operating with the I. the awareness, the A, the breath, the symbol for air, and then the M, matter, frequency, materialization. The frequency, the M literally looks like a wavelength. But now, because it's a wavelength, you're already sending that energy out there. You're creating the matter. You're creating the matter. And this is why when niggas be talking about the word and whatnot, and the word that was spoken and all these different type of things, it's like they're letting you know the power of vibration. The power and effect that once you emit certain vibrations, you are really programming your whole reality on a level. And remember, the ethers and the way that the ether is it's a lot more sensitive to vibration. It's a lot more sensitive to vibration. So with that, you can really start reprogramming your reality on a greater level because of how sensitive the ethers is to vibration. Like, think about it. Whatever conversations you have, you can dictate the way that those conversations go based on what you say. But what is that doing ultimately? You are shifting your reality through the choice of vibrations that you're deciding to emit. That's all. That's all. So when I've said all of that, and then the power of the I am, the awareness, now you're going into that primordial awareness and recognizing all the things that are within you. This is why it's a I am. Now, when we're talking to niggas about these serpent beings being the oldest beings and the first beings and whatnot, and how we're tracking this ship, let me show you something. Because this goes into sacred geometry and nature. Oh shit, nigga. Oh, almost open the text message now. Almost open the text message. Goddamn. Here we go. I'm about to try to get this. Where it at? Here we go. Here. Remember the I am. Now, this looks like a womb opening. The 0 and the 1. The awareness. The opening. The sight. The clarity. Now you're aware. You know what you're in. And now because you're aware and you know what you're in, boom, we go back to the A, the breath. You're aware. Now you take a breath. What is the breath? The breath is life. You're inhaling. You're bringing that life force in. I am. Boom, the am. The matter, the frequency, the materialization. So, when niggas be talking about the dragon beings and whatnot being the first, this is why you'll hear us saying I am, and then we'll drop our names, because it's the awareness, the breath, and then the materialization. And then our materialization in our names will be that sacred geometry of who we are and the energetic frequency we carry. Connecting it across the whole board, nigga. Now, this is parts of what I was doing through the Solomon's table, but we're gonna get back to the abundance, materialization, and programming. But I just wanted to show people the breakdown of the I am, along with emitting those frequencies. Peace, family. Just to show like the level of power and the level of alchemy and what we're doing and generating when we're doing this stuff. The cymatics behind it and the way that it affects the reality. Because remember, it's a holographic reality. Everything's energy. You're shifting matter into the ethers. None of this shit's solid. All it is vibration. Different vibrations. A table vibrates at the frequency of a table. Now, we've got that down. We're going to go back to... what's it? Where the downloads at? Okay. Boom, it's gonna go back to this. It's gonna go back to this. Here we go. So, we've just highlighted and went over all of this. Now, by opening your heart to true unconditional love with the visualization, knowing, and the non-attachment, the high energy projection into the ethers via however you want to express it, and the use of the I am. Now, this is a spelling, but I want to add onto this because of the spelling error. So, we're combining all these into one, and then using your willpower. That's what this is meant to be. This is a symbol for willpower. Using all of this and then combining it with your willpower, projecting all of that conjured up energy into the ethers, shifting the holographic matrix, shifting the energy in ways unfathomable and unimaginable. Now, I've tested out this back to 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 back over and over and over and over again. This is why I do and operate in the way that I do, because I know it's the best way, the most powerful way, and ultimately the easiest way to program the reality, the holographic matrix, because it's all energy, it's all ethers. And because of that, I know I can literally shape the reality. Sacred geometry. This is why people be playing certain tones. We've already looked at cymatics. We cooking on them with this one, nigga. We cooking on them with this one. So, what I wanted to bring up to show and prove this, that vibration has an effect on the ethers in the way that people would like not even be able to think and whatnot. I want to show people a video that I've done. Now, with this, I'm able to show you this information and whatnot because I do this shit myself. This is my lifestyle. This is how I operate and I live. So when I'm doing this stuff, I'm already knowing my level of connection that I'm operating in and that I'm having. And something as small as like feeling upset can cause rain to come and all these different type of things, because you're aware that you are everything and everything is connected to you, because you are everything and everything is one. So, we're going to play this video and it will show you that when you're conjuring energy and you release it in certain ways, that the ethers has a simultaneous effect and response to that. Is cymatics, is vibration, is energy. So now I'm about to show you this video, and then you'll be able to see and take into account. Now, if people remember this video as well, this video actually has 10,000 views, so it's a receipt. It's a valuable and eligible receipt, 722. Now, I said a message to all my people. You heard the thunder as I speak. I am that I am for all to see. Now, we've already went over this. To know that this is legit and whatnot, you've seen the previous receipts of me recognizing I am fully aware of what I am and who I am and the effect on the ethers, and now I'm bringing it back to the people. Okay, so here we go.
Man, become greater, strive higher.
I'm gonna bring it all the way back.
Every single one of you, and I'm here to protect every single one of you with my life, willing to give my life for you, for the same greatness you see in I exists within you, man. Become greater, strive higher, man. Become the greatest you can be, man. Shine your divine light. You can only be you. You are gifted with your divine gift. Let it be shined upon earth for all to see. For you are the sun as well, man.
Boom. Now, as I spoke and people spot, you seen it, as my energy rose to a certain point and I spoke, the lightning struck. Remember that as above, so below, man. Energetic bodies is signals and connections, electromagnetism. You have an electromagnetic aura. As the energy started rising, you're seeing the ripple effect in the thunder. We have an electromagnetic aura. As the electricity rose in my body, it's had the simultaneous effect in the ethers, and it's caused lightning to strike. Now, there is no such thing as a coincidence. I was literally done speaking and that shit struck. And now I have more videos that I can bring up, but I'm not sure if I put them all in this video. But this is one that I want people to see. So, when you're looking back at this video and you're seeing the whole shit be connected across the board, you can see, like, yo, okay, this is like actually like working, like, yo, this shit be going on. And this is how to program the reality on a greater level. Now, remember, I also wanted to highlight for the women, man. You're the master programmers. We're inside the womb. We're inside the matrix. So when you start doing shit like this whole shit gonna flip the fuck up. Like it has been flipping the fuck up. Over the past few years, the past 4 years, niggas can't tell me they ain't seen no great push and raising the divine feminine, nigga. And the effect it's been having on the world. The world ain't been the same, man. The world ain't been the same. So I'm about to play this video again. And your clock. The passion in the video rises. And as the passion in the video rises, what is that? That's my heart chakra opening up more and more. And now the willpower of my soul is rising. The same things that I told people in the beginning and was highlighting to put into these things as you're conjuring up energy and reprogramming the right reality. There's no force more powerful than love. There is no force more powerful than love. And this is why niggas can't fuck with the big mamas. Because you can't come in between a mama trying to protect her children, man. There is no greater force than love.
Higher, man.
Look at what I'm telling niggas. I'm telling niggas.
Life for you, the same greatness you see in I exists within you, man. Become greater. Strive higher, man. Become the greatest you can be, man. Shine your divine light. You can only be you. You are gifted with your divine gift. Let it be shined upon her for all to see. For you are the sun as well, man.
Oh, yo, Nick, get the... Yo. Right on the drop, nigga. Right on the drop. Right on the drop. Look at my smiling niggas. Yeah, nigga, fuck you, me. Yeah, nigga, fuck you, me. Nigga said, this shit over, nigga. This shit over, nigga. Fuck you, me, nigga. I know you seen that, nigga. Fuck you, me. Yo, but I just wanted to show people, man, on that level, when you're combining these things, you can really do this type of shit, man. Now, what I also wanted to tell niggas when it came to this, I want to re-highlight this as well. Now, we're fully understanding the power of cymatics and the power of energy and the way that it has and the effect that it has when it comes to reprogramming the reality. Boom. We're going to go back to this. Here we go. Now we're going to go back to this. The serpentine beings having the ability to see higher ends of the light spectrum. Now, when it comes to using cymatics and reprogramming the reality and doing all these different type of things, if niggas are able to see way beyond the average and the light spectrum, yeah, it makes your cymatics more powerful, because what you're actually doing is you're reprogramming shit from across the whole board. This is where we're talking about 0-point programming, where you're bouncing up from primordial energy, accessing these codes and then reprogramming it into the reality. Now, we're going to go to this. Here we go. Serpent symbolism. This is where we're about to connect the dots across the board for my dragons, man. For my dragons, you know how we do, man. Dragon clan calls across the whole dragon clans, man. You know how it is, man. Chief Thunderbird, Black Dragon, Acnologia. You know how we do, man. Here we go. The serpent or the snake is one of... Okay, I want to make sure that... You know what it is? I'm reading it off the screen, but I'm going to have to move the phone at the same time. So the serpent or the snake is one of the oldest and most widespread, they call it mythological symbols. This is what I want people to recognize at the first part of this. The serpent or the snake is one of the oldest and most widespread mythological symbols. Now, for it to be one of the oldest and the most widespread symbols, but this is like, as I said, we've already seen this shit across the board. We've seen this shit across the board. There is a significance of this serpent snake symbolism. There's an acknowledgement of this serpent snake symbolism where we've seen on a human level where humans have went as far as to name their own tribes and clans after these dragons and snakes. But then also to adore themselves in royal symbols, and the head of these royal symbols is these serpents and snakes. Now, also remember we went over the ability to see higher ends of the light spectrum. We've seen that niggas are able to see into higher ends of the light spectrum. So if niggas are already able to see higher ends of the light spectrum, you can now connect the dots to why niggas was using this shit as symbols of wisdom and knowledge. Niggas are literally able to see some whole other shit. Microcosm, macrocosm, ascent and descent. Now we're going to carry on reading. The word derived from Latin serpens, a crawling animal or snake. Snakes have been associated with some of the oldest rituals known to humankind. Now, this is just to humankind. If we want to macrocosm this shit, we can look at it and be like, yo, okay, if it's old to these niggas, how old is this shit actually? Because this shit been here since before niggas even got here. And all the dots are connecting across the board. Like, the way that it was when people would talk about dragons, niggas would talk about dragons in this mythical sense and whatnot, but we're connecting the dots across the whole board to show niggas in the sea, in the cosmos, what niggas want to call the sky or whatnot, but it's still the sea because we know that we're in the waters. All of this is water. But even on the land, we've gone over how niggas was known and humans knew that these beings were able to shapeshift into a human form. We've went over the indigenous rights in the previous video so niggas can also know, see and connect that, like, okay, yo, these are organic beings to the land, like. And the organic beings to the land, not all of them would have been human. That doesn't take away from their intelligence. Here we go. In some cultures, we're gonna look at all of this different shit, because I want to do a lot of clearing up on the demonization as well. So, in some cultures, snakes were fertility symbols. For example, the Hopi people and North America performed an annual snake dance to celebrate the union of snake youth, a sky spirit, and snake girl, underworld spirit. But look, I want this to be highlighted. This has been in the culture. This is a part of the culture. And across the whole world, it's a part of the culture. It's telling you. It's telling you right here. In some cultures, snakes were fertility symbols. For example, the Hopi people of North America produced an annual snake dance. Remember, we was talking about cymatics and vibration and the power of cymatics and vibration. The expression. But also combining the willpower and the love. And look at what they're talking about. They're talking about spirits and the underworld spirit. But also remember, we went over that the CIA and the government know about astral projection and all this other shit. The government is well aware of astral projection. Now, what are you astral projecting? If the government's well aware of astral projection, what are the government astral projecting? They're astral projecting their spirit. But look, in some cultures, snakes were fertility symbols. For example, the Hopi people of North America performed the annual snake dance to celebrate the union of snake youth, a sky spirit, and a snake girl, an underworld spirit.
Oh, stop it.
We're sorry for any class interruptions. You know how it be, man. You know how it be. But here we go. And to renew the fertility of nature. Now, this is what we want to highlight. Look at what these serpentine beings are actually doing and what's actually going on around these serpentine beings. Fertility symbols to renew the fertility of nature. But also, people, what's going on? Niggas ain't ever seen so much dragons come about like now. This dragon information, dragon energy's been out there on a high ass level over these past years like people have never seen before. But what are people talking about? New earth and golden age. And what does it say right here? To renew the fertility of nature. The Hopi people of North America performed an annual snake dance to celebrate the union of the snake youth, a sky spirit, and the snake girl, an underworld spirit. Now, also, this is how we're going to tie into the government is fully aware of who niggas are and what niggas got going on. Niggas are aware of astral projection and have been doing astral projection from what we showed in the video, 1930. Was it 90? No, it was 90. It was 70. I think it was 1973, 1930 hours. So in 1973, now this don't ever look like these beings have ever stopped existing over the world. It don't look like these beings have ever stopped existing over the world. Now, how do we know these beings ain't ever stopped existing over the world? Boom. I'm gonna go to one in North America so niggas can see. Even over here, nigga, we been here this shit, nigga. We been here this shit. Yeah. I'm trying to get a good picture. Niggas know what we going to. Boom. Okay, we got the Temple of Quetzalcoatl. Now, this shit still standing and still here. This shit still standing and still here. Niggas still go to this shit and all of this shit. Now, remember, the government is also aware of astral projection. That nigga went into a military grade underground facility to go and listen in on 2 military officers. He's aware of astral projection and moving his spirit body around. So, when you're moving your spirit body around on those levels, you are bound to see the beings that operate on these energies and spectrums. There's life everywhere. Life is infinite. Remember, we just went over the light spectrum. So, if you're only able to see a certain amount of the light spectrum and then you can see this amount of life on this level. Think about the level of life that actually exists as you start opening up your eyes onto the higher levels of light spectrum. Now, naturally, you're doing that when you're astral projecting anyway, because now you're not bound by the body. You're able to freely travel and start accessing greater frequencies. You're on a higher level and operating on a higher level of energy, a higher vibration. Now, we've went over the mitochondria. Got smoke in my eye, niggas. My bad, niggas. I got smoke in my eye. Give me 1 second. So, boom. Now, we've connected this shit across the board on the whole level. We've connected this shit across the board on the whole level. Now. Y'all don't make me scream. Y'all got smoke in my eye and shit. I'm all there like, fuck, nigga. Goddamn. That shit stinging the fuck up my eye, nigga. Shit. So we've went across all of this over the board and whatnot. Remember, we've tied in the divine feminine. Now we're going back and we can see these serpentine type beings and whatnot and how ancient they are. The power of the divine feminine. But now what we're about to tie into is the divine feminine when it comes in these serpentine beings and forms. Now, we already know the divine feminine's more advanced is the double X chromosome. Now we're about to bring into this. So we got double X chromosome, serpentine, dragon, divine feminine that are able to see way beyond the average light spectrum and have the mitochondrial link. Our niggas starting to see, our niggas really starting to see what we're talking about and dealing with here and the shifts that are really about to start taking place. I've already shown niggas like, yo, as you raise your energy with this passion and love energy, at a base level, nigga, you can pop some shit, you can create a few thunderstorms and whatnot. But now deep in all of this, and then with the reality programming of the abundance, the understanding of the power of the frequencies and whatnot, and what the I am actually is. Big call to the dragon clans, man. It's time to shake this shit up, boy. Fuck you, me. Dragon dances cross the whole board, nigga. Dragon dances cross the whole board, nigga. Celebratory dragon dances cross the whole board, man. Big fire breathing energy, man. Big fire breathing energy. To all my dragon niggas, man, where niggas try to make it out like niggas was crazy and shit. Like niggas didn't know what the fuck we was talking about and shit. Dragons ain't real, man. What the fuck you talking about? Well, good sir, let me bring up these receipts, my nigga. These receipts, my nigga. What the fuck you talking about, nigga? You can clearly see across the board. This is a popular theme, my nigga. And that humans were also well aware of these beings being able to shapeshift amongst them. That's all. You feel me? 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 We turning up, nigga. We turning up. Across the whole board, man. Across the whole board. And it's across the whole board entirely because we have the legal documents to back this shit up, man. It's a part of our culture. We're tribes and clans, man. What is the niggas talking about? What? This don't make no sense to me, dog. This don't make no sense to me, dog. Yo, I'm trying to tell niggas. Boom. Now, I want to see if... Oof, here we go. Now we're about to tie it in even deeper on a whole nother level. 1 second, we about to see what this laptop on, though. Okay, it's got 5%. We gonna roll up in a second on the live, nigga. Let the laptop charge up a bit, but we about to put this shit together now so niggas can also see when I'm talking why I carry the information I carry. And I was like, nigga, I was never capping about none of this shit, boy. So, in some cultures, snakes were symbols for fertility. Example, the Hopi people of North America performed the annual snake dance to celebrate the union of snake youth, a sky spirit, and snake girl, underworld spirit, and to renew the fertility of nature. During the dance, live snakes were handled, and at the end of the dance, snakes were released into the fields to guarantee good crops. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, nigga. Look at what niggas was actually doing. Niggas said niggas was dancing with these serpents, and then as they would release the serpents at the end of the dance, it was guaranteed good crops. We already went over what the gold dragons and the red dragons symbolize, man. Wealth and prosperity, abundance, royalty. Look at the abilities that niggas are actually talking about. Renewing nature. Giving life to crops and shit. But I want to let the divine feminine know the power of when you do it for real, because like you are the connection to this shit, nigga. It's like you singing to you to uplift you. Powerful ass shit. And remember, everything's energy, everything's vibration. It's a holographic matrix. So when you're actually singing and dancing and speaking to these plants and whatnot, you are breathing and giving life to these things. You're speaking life to these things, which is going to increase the growth. Like, take a look at society, how it is now, where niggas have got all these buildings, niggas is depressed as fuck, looking at their phone all day, pissed as fuck, niggas is mad because they got to go to work and all this shit. But then look at, like, what people are actually doing. If it's our culture to naturally be singing and dancing and celebrating and all these different type of things, and everybody's pissed, can you see why the reflection of the world was the way it was? When now we know that we are the original organic beings, and whatever we do has a direct effect on the earth, and that was recognized in the indigenous rights, where they said, especially the women, when they're in, if any any harm or violence would come towards them, it would upset the balance of nature and humanity's. So, like, let me go back and get this shit so niggas can actually see this shit for themselves, nigga. God damn. I ain't playing no games, nigga. I ain't playing no games, nigga. We connecting this shit across the whole board so niggas can see this shit. I ain't just saying this shit. This shit is recognized, nigga. Hold on, we're gonna put this. 1 second, we gonna flip the camera for a moment, nigga, so I can quickly type it. I'm gonna put my laptop on charge. We're gonna roll up and speak to niggas in a second. You feel me? Yo, he said the brain's braining, and he said the brain's braining. Yo. So we're gonna let this laptop charge up for a little bit. While we doing that, nigga, we're about to talk. We're about to have a little. We're gonna have a little 5-minute break, niggas. We're gonna have a little 5-minute break. You feel me? Anybody got any questions? Cause I'm willing to answer all the questions, man. I'm willing to answer all the questions. Right. I'm willing to answer all the questions for real. I'm sitting here like, yo, we clearing up the confusion, niggas. We clearing up the confusion. Niggas can see this shit across the whole board. Niggas can see this shit across the whole board. Niggas is like, oh shit, bitch. Yeah. I guess he's not crazy after all, niggas. Yeah. Oh shit. I like it. We big lit. Just like that. Nigga, you know, we rolling up, nigga, fuck you, me, bitch. Ah! Trying to tell niggas what? Across the whole board, man. Across the whole board, man. And we're taking our shit back for real, for real. We ain't running for none of that shit. What, like, what? That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me. If invaders are in your crib and they're fucking up your shit, why are you just gonna let Dons jam? I'm telling Dons, get the fuck out. Yo. I'm saying you're fucking up this shit, get the fuck out. Yo, don't make me scream. This shit too real. Let me roll up, and then we go get back to it so niggas can see the indigenous rights, where even in these rights, they've recognized the effect that bringing harm to the women will cause, the dropping in the vibration, and niggas are fully aware of this. Nigga, my day's been good, you know. We've been out here, man. We've been out here, especially when the downloads have been hitting more recently. Sometimes I just sit there, I'm just thinking about this shit for the whole day, like, yo, I'm about to drop the coldest shit in the public domain and niggas is just gonna be brained. Yo, this experience always makes me laugh, yeah, because regardless of the fact that we are who we are, we still gonna go through this real life shit, nigga. Yo, this shit funny as fuck. I'm sitting there like, yo, look at us, all these primordials and shit chilling on Instagram, trying to break down shit over the internet and electronics. So goddamn, nigga. This what we got going on down here, cuz. This what we got going on down here, cuz. So yeah, nigga, I was saying, damn. Social media, nigga. Social media, nigga. But we lit, man. We lit. Connecting it across the whole board so people can see in the public domain. Also to show niggas as well, like, yo, tapping in with your spirit and whatnot. These niggas and your soul, these niggas went to demonize the shit so you wouldn't use it, but then be using the shit anyway. What? Okay, we back, niggas, we back. My bad. I know it was a little bit of a pause, but I was sorting out some stuff while the washing machine was on. So, what we wanted to show people as we was tying all of this shit in was the recognition that they are fully aware of not only who we are, the effect that we have on the realm. Now, here we go. Indigenous women have the right to recognize protection and enjoyment of all human resources, all human rights and fundamental freedoms provided for in international law, freedom from discrimination of any kind. My bad, I'm trying to read it through the phone screen, so I'm gonna go over that again. Indigenous women have the right to recognition, protection and the enjoyment of all human rights and fundamental freedoms provided for in international law, free from discrimination of any kind. What I want to highlight right here is Indigenous women have the right to recognition, protection and enjoyment of all human rights and fundamental freedoms provided for in international law, free from discrimination of any kind. Now, first of all, this first part, we've got the recognition. Now, if you could take a look, and we're going to go back to it, to this, the culture. We're going to read it again. In some cultures, snakes were fertility symbols. For example, the Hopi people of North America performing the annual snake dance to celebrate the union of snake youth, a sky spirit, and snake girl underworld spirit to renew the fertility of nature. Boom. We're going to go back to this. This is the American indigenous rights. That was the Hopi people of North America. I'm showing people like, yo, we okay, man. We're good to go. We're good to go, man. We got this. Indigenous women have the right to recognition, protection and enjoyment of all human rights and the fundamental freedoms provided for in international law, free from discrimination of any kind. Boom. States recognize that violence against indigenous peoples and individuals, particularly women, hinders or nullifies the enjoyment of all human rights and fundamental freedoms. They've highlighted that shit because they know that shit. They know about the mitochondrial link. They know who this shit's meant to go to. They know niggas was naturally going to start re-raising the matriarchs once again because the earth is a divine feminine planet and at one time was all matriarchal across the grid, across the whole board. States shall adopt in conjunction with indigenous peoples the necessary measures to prevent and eradicate all forms of violence and discrimination, particularly against indigenous women and children. This is major shit I wanted people to see and highlight so people could see this shit clearly, because as you're watching this video back, you're going to see everything across the board and how this connects. So people can start claiming their power back, not only in the mind and within, spiritually, but physically, across the whole map, across the whole board, across every realm, across all the dimensions, man. Now, this is here on this realm, so people can see this shit. So when you start coming out and you start realizing who you are and whatnot, whether you're Bird Clan, whether you're Dragon Clan, whether you're Gorilla Clan, whether you're Stone Clan, and you have a different type of name, Big Chief, Thunderbird, Black Dragon, this shit is within your rights, free from discrimination of any kind. And the states shall adopt in conjunction with indigenous peoples that the necessary measures to prevent and eradicate all forms of violence and discrimination, particularly against indigenous women and the children. And what we've been saying, we're raising the matriarchs and protecting the kids. If you're coming up against that, get the fuck out the way, because you're gonna blow your whole shit up. And that's just from me personally. That's just from me personally, nigga. Now, I'm a goat. First of all, nigga, I'm gonna grab this bottle of water, nigga, fuck you read. Yeah. Then, what I want to show people is the connections. And then I'm going to bring up the Solomon's Temple to show people how it all ties in as well of what I've done, so people can also see that I'm not a crazy ass nigga. I'm not no evil ass nigga. I'm just here doing the works, mate. You know what I mean? Free my people, mate. Free my people. Yo, here we go. So, boom. Now, as we take a look at this, boom. In some cultures, snakes were fertility symbols. For example, the Hopi people of North America performed an annual snake dance to celebrate the union of snake youth, a sky spirit, and snake girl, an underworld spirit, and to renew the fertility of nature. And during the dance, live snakes were handled, and at the end of the dance, snakes were released into the fields to guarantee good crops. The snake dance is a prayer to the spirits of the clouds, thunder and lightning that the rain fall upon the growing crops. To the Hopi, snakes symbolize the umbilical cord, joining all humans to Mother Earth. The great goddess often had snakes as her familiars, sometimes twining around her sacred staff, as in the ancient Cree, and they were worshipped as the guardians of her mysteries, births and regeneration. My bad, double reading through the screen, kind of crazy at the same time, but I want to highlight just this last part here. When it says, the snake dance is a prayer to the spirits of the clouds, the thunder and lightning, that the rain may fall on the growing crops. To the Hopi, snakes symbolize the umbilical cord, joining all humans to Mother Earth. The great goddess often had snakes as her familiars, sometimes twining around her sacred staff, as in ancient Cree, and they were worshipped as guardians of her mysteries of birth and regeneration. Now, when niggas talk about connecting this shit across the whole board and the connection and whatnot, you can see the clear connection. You can see the clear connection. The clear connection. The clear connection. There is something going on with these draconian, serpent, naga-type beings where the connection to the earth that they have and the great goddess is a very prominent, strong connection, with the serpents being symbols of wisdom, knowledge, insight, being used as symbols of royalty. But not only that, we've looked at the light spectrum and been able to see that they have the ability to look onto a whole different level and end of the light spectrum. No coincidences, man. Across the whole board, across the whole gaff, across the whole map. Connect 4, niggas. Tying in the connection between the dragons and the humans, and the fact that dragons have also come back in human form, known as shapeshifters, to help clean up this shit, man. Because here, before, there was these dragon serpent type beings here way before all of this shit. Way before all of this shit. You can still see standing statues and temples and pyramids today. And remember what we said with scaling this shit? This shit is the infinite. We come from the primordial noon, the primordial waters. We just connecting it across the board on this round too, man. You know how we do. So, 1 second. What I wanted to highlight in that you can hear the washing machine going off. What I wanted to highlight in that the snakes was The snake dance is a prayer to the spirit of the clouds, thunder and lightning, that the rain may fall on the growing crops. Now, I'ma show niggas the connection. We've already looked at the video that I shown earlier when I raised my voice and lightning struck. But then look at this. The snake dance is a prayer to the spirits of the clouds, the thunder and the lightning, that the rain may fall upon growing crops. Now, we're going for the connect 4 across the whole board, man. Checkmate across the whole board like a motherfucker, man. Feathers win. Show niggas. Okay, we're gonna flip the screen. Now, Ryujin, aka Ryuo, is the Dragon King, the sea god, and the master of serpents in Japanese mythology. Look, the sea god and the master of serpents. We've just went over all this serpent type shit and this snake type of shit, but we've also seen that these snake dances were to the spirits of thunder, lightning, clouds, and to bring the rain. With his magic jewels, he's responsible for the tides, and he represents both the perils and the bounty of the sea. He was especially relevant to an ancient island like Japan. Ryujin is often associated with or considered the same as Otsuwatsumi no Kami, another water deity or Shinto kami spirit. Remember what they just said about the snake dance and the spirits? Better known as Watsutsumi, believed to have useful knowledge of medicine and considered to be the bringer of rain and thunder. We've just went back and took a look at this Hopi snake dance, the Hopi snake dance, and a prayer to the spirits of the cloud, thunder and lightning, and that the rain may come and fall on the growing crops. The snake symbolized the umbilical cord joining all humans to Mother Earth. The great goddess often had snakes as her familiars, sometimes twining around her staff in ancient Cree, and they were all worshipped as guardians of her mysteries, birth and regeneration. Now, we've also went into the cymatic frequencies, the power of frequency and the healing, but then we've also looked at on the ends of the light spectrum where the serpentine type beings are able to access greater frequencies because they can see on the higher ends of the light spectrum to bring greater levels of healing. But then look at this shit. Believed to have useful knowledge on medicine and considered the bringer of thunder, rain, the Ryujin is the patron god of Ujigami of several Japanese family groups. Tied in 4K, and not only that, is look at the information that I'm bringing, nigga. Look at the information that I'm bringing. They say, how the fuck did he know this, man? How the fuck does he know this? My first teacher was mama, man. The universe, straight back up, man. 0 point. This is where I started learning this shit from. Because when the information became like confusing across the board on these different levels, I was just like, yo, fuck this, I'm going back to the universe. Like, yo, I ain't gotta listen to the niggas down here. Go back to the universe and figure this shit out. Say, hey, Big Mama Black Dragon, where you at? What we got going on down here, man? So, Ryujin is one of the 8 Dragon Kings, which were originally imported from Indian mythology via China and Korea. He is the Lord of the Sea, snakes, and who may be his avatar, and which were considered by the ancient Japanese to be a form of dragon. Boom. We highlighting this shit now. And not only that, if niggas have been watching the recent lives and that, I've done them in a certain order. So when people watch them back in order, you will see the connect on a crazy ass motherfucking level across the whole board. I started off not this live, but I started the 3 lives that I've done. I gave one with the experiences that I've had and the backstories that I've had with the utmost truth of how they went down, so people could see just the experiences I've had at the base level to try and get a grasp or have at least an insight on why I was operating the way that I was operating. And in that, I said I had an experience where I come out and I activated, I said I'm the master of the serpents, and I killed all these different like serpentine dragon type beings and whatnot. And that's when I seen myself and I recognized in myself, like, yo, on a whole different level, like, yo, this shit too real. 4K trade. But we're about to connect it even deeper across the board. So, boom. Snakes were also considered the messengers of Ryujin to provide the Dragon King with a link to the outside world from his residence in a palace beneath the sea or a lake in an extinct volcano. Now, what I want people to look at and peep is that if we go back to this, snakes symbolize the umbilical cord joining all humans to Mother Earth. The great goddess often had snakes as her familiars, sometimes twining around her staff. In ancient creed, they were worshipped as guardians of her mysteries and birth and regeneration. Now, what do I say? The great dragon guardian, the dragon god, the dragon guard. Now, if we take a look at this, we go up here. Snakes were also considered messengers of the Ryujin to provide a link to the outside world. But if we're in the womb and it's primordial waters and the outside world is the land, and I'm chilling in the beneath the sea, in the depths of the primordial waters, what is the? It's the same link. It's the same link. Tying humanity to the mother. Tying the primordial womb to the land. Sending messages direct. A lot of the time, I ain't got shit to say. It's not me speaking, nigga. Niggas is talking through me. We just showing this across the board so people can see the direct link and connection to what is actually going on and what we actually got going on here. Now, also remember, the patron god or Ujigami of several Japanese family groups. And what is the connection we see? We're seeing this shit across the whole board. We're seeing these dragon serpent type beings across the whole board. But not only that, we have confirmation in this. The Ryujin is the patron god of the Ujigami of several Japanese family groups. They said serpent, what was it? We gotta go back. The serpent or snake is one of the oldest and most widespread mythological symbols. It's across the whole board. Boom. Now we've made this connection and link with the snakes and whatnot. And what is this? Snakes were associated with death and thunder, which the link with Ryujin's role as a bringer of rain and storms. Ryujin was thought to appear in people's dreams briefly in the moment of waking, and like niggas be telling me they be seeing me on the realms all the time. So, but what I wanted to show here is when they're talking about this represent a dual. Oh my gosh, the motherfucking laptop died. But I know niggas just caught that. When niggas talk about representing a dual, they're talking about representing a dual energy of good and evil. But if we know on the occult level is love and chaos, and you can see that because on one side you've got fertility and birth, and then the other side you've got the more destructive side of it, where it's death and thunder, rain and storms. Showing niggas across the whole board, nigga. Showing niggas across the whole board. Just gonna wait for this to turn on now. I hope niggas have been able to see on a certain level where these connections are being made. Oh, so we grabbing a laptop. Oh, no. What we're gonna get into is the Solomon's Temple. This is gonna show people on an even deeper level.
Every single one of you.
Oh shit. On an even deeper level. This dragon energy and this primordial energy. I'm gonna see if I can draw. Oh, I need a pen. I need a pen because I'm about to show niggas, son. About to get deep into this shit. And that'll be the final part because I'm gonna show niggas the breath, the fire, the name of the flame, and the will of the flame. So you can get this drop and be like, oh shit. Okay, that's what it was. 1 second, I'll go quickly grab a pen. Okay. I'm about to give this drop, nigga. Oh. Oh. Here we go. Across the whole board, nigga. So, what did I want to do? I was gonna show the Solomon's Temple. Oh shit, that's what I remember what I wanted to do now. I was gonna show the Solomon's Temple, but also the fire. I might drop that shit, nigga. Okay, here we go. Is the pen invalid? Give me 2 seconds, I'm gonna have to get a better pen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Laptop should be good. Here we go. Gotta show the folks across the board, man. Ooh. So, about to break down these alchemical symbols. Niggas really be in the drawing board, nigga. I'ma be real as fuck with niggas, man. We in the drawing board with this shit. We in the drawing board with this shit. Okay, boy. What I want to show niggas is this in the alchemy. And once you recognize these deeper things within the alchemy, you can start like really going in. So, we're looking at this. This is what people will call the symbol for air. But this is also what would be people will call the symbol for air. Now, this is also the letter A. But this symbol here is also the symbol for fire. Now, if it's breath and fire, what is that? Now, we're going to look at it. We're about to fuck. Oh my gosh, we're about to fuck nigga shit up with this one. Okay. We got the 0 and the 1. We now do the 0, 1. You've got an eye. You've got a serpentine type eye. Now, this 0, 1 is also I am. Because it's the awareness. The O1, the I. But to even have the I, you have to have the circle. So this also is one whole, the I am. Boom. Now, if we do this, and write out I am like this, you'll be able to see what this actually is when we're making this symbol, this air symbol here, all we're moving down is this bottom bar and closing that here. So as we move down this bottom bar, it becomes this. That is air, but also the symbol for fire. Now, the I am, any awareness, you're already in the womb. The 0's always there, the hidden one. If niggas know about that. And the 13, we're about to get into this. Boom. So what this is actually looking like is boom, boom, then the frequency. But what is this? That is I am. But now we're going to break it down on a deeper level to show the connections between the dragons. We've already looked at the serpent eye. We're going to show niggas the serpent eye one more time. We ain't playing no games in this shit, boy. Oh, we got what? Yeah, we'll do that last. Boom. We've got the serpent eye. The serpent eye. That ain't no coincidence. Sacred geometry. Remember, serpents can also see higher ends of the light spectrum. I'm about to cook on niggas with this shit. So, we've got the I am. But what's the serpent doing? It's speaking. But it's speaking breath and fire. Fire breathing dragons. It's speaking breath and fire. Frequency. Remember cymatics? Niggas was talking about the healing properties of vibration. Then niggas are going to talk about the ultimate rainbow dragon breath, the healing frequency. The awareness, the breath and the flame, the frequency. Because what the niggas also talk about, the eternal flame and the solar spark. The solar spark comes, the awareness, your first breath. But this is also fire. What is fire? Plasma energy. followed by the frequency. I'm trying to tell niggas. I'm trying to tell niggas. This shit, yo, that's why I called it higher level science, nigga. This is why I called it higher level science, man. This is why I called it higher level science, man. So I called it higher level science, man. Now, I'm about to break down some stuff that I broke down earlier for myself so people can also see within myself. Boom. This is the sequence of what they call Solomon's Temple. Or no, was it Solomon's Table? Right, Raising Phoenix sent me this, so big gratitude and love to the sister, for real, man. Especially with the matriarchs, the doulas to go and lock in over there, man. For real. Big, like, if you're interested in learning Reiki and whatnot, definitely head over there as well. So what we're looking at right now is Solomon's Table. I'm going to see if I can bring it up. So, let me see if I can get this shit off. Numerical. Let's see if if I can't find it like this, you'll be able to see what I mean when I do it. Okay, so we'll break it down. Solomon's Table, should I say. This Solomon's Table has the number sequences like this in a grid. So imagine like a tic-tac-toe board, but with 9 squares. And in each of these squares go these numbers. Now, when you're drawing these letters and whatnot, you're matching up these letters to fit in these numbers, and then you are adding whatever numbers the letter has crossed together to get a certain number. So when I was looking at it, it says the I am equals, okay, here it was the I am. You got the I equals 6. Now what they were saying is that as above, so below. You get the 9. The A is 1. The M is 4. Just going off the Solomon's Temple. So boom, Solomon's Table. My bad, I keep saying temple. Solomon's Table. So now I put my name into this table, and you'll be able to see the numerical values of what I've been doing as these letters have been crossing over the sections and whatnot, and the numbers that I was getting. So now, what was interesting about the I am was the I am also was equal to 9 on the code flip. Now, because it's equal to 9 on the code flip, we've just showed you on that level of what I am is and the level that I am actually contains. But because it's 9 on the code flip, you can see that the 9 is also the number of the highest expression. But what is that in code? You're saying I am. But that's the highest expression. You're going for the highest expression. It's powered by the number 9. Boom. So now that we've seen that, we're going to get into the deeper code breaking down. So when I've done this and I've added up the numbers and whatnot that went across all the whole board and whatnot, and I went through, when I said that experience that I went through, and the first thing I said was my name, I am Acnologia. Now I've done it. Now I've got two numbers here, and as you'll see, I've done it for both. So on the 6 and the code 9 flip. Now when I've added up these numbers from what I got on the 6, I got 3. Now, when I done it on the code 9 flip, I got 6. So I put them together, I got 9. So I've realized that not only is the I am, I've got this together, which is also equivalent to 9. So that's highest expression. The name Acnologia also has 9 letters. Highest expression. Boom. Now, I've put the I am and Acnologia together. That's 9 and 9. You get 18. Plus 1 is 9. So it's like extremely high frequency, extremely high energy in just its highest expression over and over again. And you'll see that being reflected in my videos where I'm just emitting pure frequency. I'm not doing anything other than roaring. And then when I go to speak frequency, it's very high energy. I found out this was even encoded in the Solomon's Table as I went to do the numerical work. I'm sitting there like, oh my motherfucking God. Oh my motherfucking God. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. 4K. We're connecting the dots across the whole motherfucking board, man. 4K. Now, what we're also going to go into is, which I wanted to briefly go over and show people. Where is it? Now, was this is going to show people, we already know the government's aware of astral projection and whatnot, but we're going to show the themes and connections across the board. Now, we've done seen the picture of the Ryujin, it's a black dragon. Now, with this anime, they've written it down, but they've also written my name in it. Now, look at the color schemes. We've got the black and the blue. We've got the black and the blue. This is the darkness, the triple darkness, the nothingness. This is what the black dragon is as the first materializations. The backdrop of us is the darkness of the space, like. And then this blue, what this blue is symbolizing is the father line energy. So we've got the black and the blue. The blue also goes with the alpha. Now, if we look at this, we've gone to another, what they want to call animation franchise, whatever you want to call it. And we've got Alpha Toothless. Now, it's got the same color scheme. It's got the same color scheme. It's got the same color scheme. This black dragon with these blue outlines, this blue lining. But then we're also knowing the eternal flame, the blue flame, the black flame, the Kundalini energy. Connecting the dots across the whole board, man. We connecting the dots across the whole board, man. We connecting the dots across the whole board. But now, what I also wanted to show people as well, to further give insight, is, let me zoom it out. Oh, I'm gonna do another website. The Arcane. Now, another name for this that they've given for me is the Arcane Dragon. Now, we already know dragon means master. Dragon means I see, to see clearly. The sharp gaze, almost said glaze. The sharp gaze, the deadly glance, the wisdom, the protection. Boom. Now, we're going to take a look at what the word arcane means. Is this it? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Boom. When we're looking at the word arcane, it's mysterious, known or knowable only to a few people, secret, arcane rites, and arcane ritual, broadly mysterious or obscure. So it's like, not only is it wisdom, it's secret. It's only knowable to a few people. It's a different type of energy that we're dealing with and working with. This is where when people be talking about where am I getting my insight from and whatnot. I'm telling you, I'm tapping into myself, and these are the downloads that I'm getting back. But now I can give these receipts on the realms to show all of this shit across the whole board. Not only connect it for the people so the people can see, but now when the people look at me like, yo, what the fuck, I can show you across the board what this is. The government knows about astral projection. The FBI was here to disband these groups and us from reclaiming and reforming our shit once again. So they can tell when those of us that come back. And we back. So now, what do I want to say? Okay. Arcane magic, also called the art, was a form of magic involving the direct manipulation of energy. We're gonna peep the level of information that was given, especially with reprogramming the reality and the effect on the ethers. Now look at this. Arcane magic is also called the art, a form of magic involving the direct manipulation of energy. Practitioners of arcane magic were generally called arcane spellcasters or arcanists. But this is what I want people to see. It's even highlighted in this shit, nigga. A form of magic involving the direct manipulation of energy. And I do believe that's it across the whole board for now, man. I do believe that's it across the whole board for now, man. I do believe that's it across the whole board for now. I'm saying, I hope people was able to see certain things on a deeper level and whatnot, gain clarity in certain areas and whatnot. I hope I highlighted a lot of things. Just to remember what we went over. We went over the girl, the divine feminine that was able to cry crystals. Melanin, peace family, how you doing? The value of melanin, what they say the value of melanin is above gold. So you can start seeing this level of abundance within yourself and the electrical properties it has. We went over cymatics, breaking down alchemy. We went into the woo. We went into the serpent symbolism and what people were actually doing with these serpent type beings and the traditions and cultures. We went over the connection, and I went over my connection to it also. People can see just on a base level where this is all coming from and whatnot, and why I'm able to speak on it in the way that I'm able to speak on it. So, supreme peace, blessings and abundance to everybody, man. Just been connecting the dots across the bar, man. Peace, 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 peace.